I'm back. I'm watching Buffy for the first time. We're towards the end of season 3, and I'm here to talk about episodes 17, 18, and 19, which are enemies, earshot, and choices. So if that interests you, stick around and let's get to it. Chat, I was in no way, shape, or form prepared for the episode enemies. Episode 17, that twist, was not ready, was not prepared. My flabbers were gasted. I was gagged. I was like, had to pause, had to rewind, had to play it again because I was like, there's no way. There is no way. I didn't even catch a hint of that before they revealed it. When Faith does the slow turn and she realizes that they've been playing her this whole time. Oh, top 5 TV moment. Like, that was crazy. Kudos to them because, again, did not guess that for even a single minute before. Half my notes for this episode are me crashing out about them taking Angel's soul again and the fact that he was hooking up with Faith. Like, genuinely, my notes are, they took Angel's soul, in all caps. I can't do this again. Not making out with Faith, no. Like, I was distraught. I turned to my friend and was like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this again. I can't. And the fact that they were playing her the whole time, that was fucking amazing. Like, great television. Okay, so backing up just a hot second towards the beginning of the episode, I thought that Buffy and Angel going on a little movie date was really cute. I do think it's funny, though, that they accidentally went and saw, like, an erotic movie. It's kind of hilarious. I'm sorry, it is. Faith continues to be bisexual coded. I don't know what to tell you, even though she's evil, which, that perpetrates the like evil bisexual stereotype, but I'm not going to talk about it. We're not going to get into that right now. Maybe later. We'll get into it later. Put a pin in that one. But I literally wrote in my notes, I said, where is Spike? Let's just complete this bisexual square. I'm kind of missing Spike low-key. Where the fuck is he? Bring him back. Bring back my comedic relief. Anyways, hate Cordelia asking Wesley out. That's gross. Still hate that storyline. We'll stay hating that storyline. So originally when Faith was trying to seduce Angel and he had boundaries, like Boundary King, all right, like, could they have stepped away a little further apart? Like, leave some room for Jesus? They absolutely could have. Did they? They didn't. It did make me a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't 100% sure where that was going. And of course Buffy caught the tail end of that. Like, yeah, that would make sense. Of course she did. Everything that Willow tells her, though, I'm like, yes, listen to Willow. Go talk to him. Use your words. Let's use communication as a tool, right? Let's not do this miscommunication trope every episode. It drives me crazy. Anyways, I wrote here, little sidebar. Is Wiles a ship? Giles and Wesley? Because I feel like there's a missed opportunity there in the world of fic. And I did go and look it up, and there's only like 300 fics in existence for that pairing. Which feels like a low number, considering how long this show has been around. But anyways, I digress. That whole scene where Faith is giving her villain monologue, and Buffy is chained up, and we think it's Angelus, and it's a whole thing. Like, that was wild. It also so well acted, so interesting. The reveal was crazy. The slow-mo, I was freaked out, as I said. Stellar. Absolutely amazing. I can't believe the spooky guy, I don't know his name or what he was, but that he had a debt to Giles. That was crazy. Crazy twist. And I agree, like, with Buffy, like, take a break, girl. That was traumatizing, for sure. The "Are you still my girl always" bit at the end. Oh, okay, they're just gonna keep doing this to me. I know they are. Okay, episode 18, Earshot. I continue to love how Oz just kind of like observes Xander and just makes these comments that are so funny. Like, Xander's going on and on about something, and Oz goes, "You're a very complex man, aren't you, bro?" And he says it like without any meanness, but he just keeps making these like observational statements about Xander that I think are hysterical. I like it. I think it's funny. So the whole Buffy can read minds thing was a wild experience through this episode. And I love that she immediately goes and tries to read Angel's mind, and he's like, you can't get in. Good, nice try, though. Nice try. Bella Swan moment there, for sure. They remain very romantic with the, like, you're the only person I've ever loved, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. I'm a sucker. Whatever. And so the thing okay, there's a moment here before I get into the meat of this. Her realizing that her mom had sex with Giles was so horrifying, where she's like, "You had sex with Giles? Twice? On the hood of a police car?" I wish she could have lived her life without knowing that knowledge. Truly. I feel sorry for her. Um, yeah, so a couple things surprised me in this episode. One, I forgot his name, but the kid that is gay and Xander is the only one who knows, or thought he was the only one that knows, that whole thing where he was like, "Oh, I'm out. Like, my grandma sets me up with guys. Like, you should have like a tasteful coming out. Have the guy that writes the newspaper write your coming out." And Xander just like he's let this lie go on for so long that he doesn't know what to do. And so he just keeps staying silent, which just keeps making it worse. It is funny. I do love, though, like, it's kind of low-key progressive that they're like, "Oh no, this kid is out," and his grandmother's setting him up with people, and like he's comfortable with it. And it's like not a problem. I love that. Okay, progressive, let's go. Um okay, so here's the thing. I genuinely was like, are we tackling a school, I can't say the word on TikTok. Are we tackling like a school pew pew storyline? That's actually wild. And the fact that that's even more relevant now, even than it was then, is really horrifying. Really horrifying. But yet again, it's Buffy, so the twist was that he wasn't actually going to eliminate the student body. He was going to eliminate himself. And her little monologue was cute. A little corny, but I'm like, okay, I see what they're doing here. They all seemed rather not stressed about the prospect of a school pew pew. You know, they didn't seem as stressed as I would be if I were like, this guy might be about to do this thing that's horrifying. Anyways, the fact that they touched that subject though with a 10-foot pole was not expected. Yeah, also the double twist that it was the lunch lady trying to poison the student body with rat poison. Absolutely wild. Okay, now we're on episode 19, Choices, which is us getting closer and closer to them graduating, which I can't believe we've made it here. Like, the fact that they're gonna graduate soon is wild to me. They seem like little babies still. I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys are gonna graduate? What's going on? And they're all getting into colleges, and you know, at first I felt really like upset that I'm like, they're gonna do something where they all get, because it's a TV show, they're gonna make all these characters like stay in town, so they're not gonna be like probably traveling out of state for college. And like, I want these characters to have beautiful futures, and Willow could go to so many colleges, and the fact that she's choosing to stay behind in Sunnydale, I'm like, part of me was like, oof. But the moment that she has with Buffy is so sweet. Like, their friendship is so special, and what she said I think was so important. And of like, if this was gonna go any way, like, I'm glad that's her reasoning for staying behind, because she really truly could do anything and go anywhere. And I hate the notion that she is like dampening her future for her friend, but also she really does want to help save the world and make a difference. So like, I get that. So I really liked that scene. It had a lot of complexity and nuance, and I think this whole topic that they are addressing about after high school, like what are they going to do, is super interesting. And I have to keep reminding myself that like the vast majority of the show takes place after high school for them. I can't fathom what that's going to look like in this show, but I'm about to find out. Could have really done without the like spider crab creature situation that was going on. I'm not going to really touch on that, but I think what was interesting about this episode is them dealing with the future with the kids and which colleges they're going to and what they're going to do with their lives. And also the side plot of like, what is this relationship between Buffy and Angel going to look like? Because Angel is immortal and Buffy isn't. And there's also the whole matter of his curse and all sorts of obstacles in their way. And at the end of the day, they're kind of a doomed pairing. So I'm curious how they're going to continue addressing that, because I don't feel like there's a happy ending in store for them, but maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong. Two more random things I had notes on. One, I love that Willow was able to use the floating pencil trick in her favor as a stake. Great callback, and I love that her powers are growing. Very cool. And the lore drop that Cordelia is actually working at that shop. So something happened to her family's money, and I'm really curious to hear what it is and how that's going to impact her future. I love these little bits and pieces they give us about the characters that make them more multidimensional. So We'll see where it leads.